So we're gonna start by packing things into the water bottles and travel mugs. I like to pack things in here because you can't bring liquids with you on the plane. If you're packing them in checked luggage, they're just gonna be wasted space. This one's already packed. I didn't want to unpack it because it would be quite a chore right now. But this is just my liter Nalgene, and it's packed to the brim with oatmeal packets that I folded in half and stuffed in there. I'm quite particular with my oatmeal. I like a certain kind, and I like it almost every morning. If we're at actual camp, I'll eat what we have for breakfast. But at training, especially the mornings tend to be pretty chilly, I like to have my oatmeal. It gets me up. And because I like a certain kind, I like to bring it with me so I'm sure that I have it. So that's already packed. We're going to put that aside. It's a travel mug. The reason why I'm bringing one of these is Contigo brand. It seals. And nothing will come out of it. And it keeps stuff hot for a long time. So I can carry that around with me in my backpack, and I'm sure it won't open. I'm carrying some of my dry toiletry items in here. They're going to go in a separate bag when I get to camp. I like to pack what I call like a toothbrush kit for when I'm at my cabin, so that way I don't have to keep my main toiletries with me at the cabin. I can keep it at main camp. And that's where I keep all my shower stuff, so that when I shower, my stuff's already in main camp. Especially if you're living across the lake, this is a huge, huge asset. So I tend to pack double of some things. I bring one toothbrush and toothpaste, which is in the wet section. So I'll throw a toothbrush in here, my floss. I've got a little compressed towel, Lightning McQueen. I found at the dollar store. That'll come out to a face cloth, which is nice to have around. And I tend to keep, I use this stuff as an all-out body wash. It's the Trader Joe's tea tree oil soap. And I can use this head to toe, and I like to wash my face in the morning. It's all natural, so it's fine for use up there. And I keep that in here. And then I'm just going to seal that off. And now those are done. I'll also bring on this side my separate little toiletry bag for my toothbrush kit. That'll keep all that stuff in there. Plus some deodorant. So I also double up on deodorant. This is the crystal deodorant. You just wet it with water. It works really, really well. And then I got some Old Spice. And then I've got Fairhaven. It's a local all-natural soap company. This is the summertime lotion. This is actually bug lotion. It comes in a deodorant stick, but as soon as you put it on, it turns to pretty much oil. So it spreads really easily. I have a full bar of that tea tree oil soap, and of course a Diva cup. I love my Diva cup, and that's all going to go in this pencil case toiletry bag. So we're going to get that all in. The nice thing about having them all in separate bags, it's easy to identify where all your stuff is. You don't end up with small stuff like your little deodorant at the bottom of the bag and you can't find it. Yeah, and it's just handy. You can toss things around. Everything's just so much more organized. You can actually fit more in the suitcase. So I'm going to set that aside. Next, I've got my accessories, camp accessories, necessity accessories. I'm going to put into this pencil case here. It's like the same size as the Superman one that I put my socks into. So we're going to start off with a flashlight. This is like a lantern type flashlight I got at the dollar store. It's quite bright for its size. And this would be good for in the cabin. It's always a good idea to have a number of lights with you. When you're at camp, lighting can be an issue, especially for the campers who might not have lights or people forget lights. Also, it gets quite dark because we don't really have electrical lighting except for in main camp. So I've also got this little LED pocket flashlight. It's quite bright as well. And of course my headlight, it's Lightning McQueen as well. I have to change the batteries in that one. So this is all going to go into this thing. I'll show you when it's packed. In addition to that, I've got a eyeglass repair kit. I wear glasses. That's handy to have. A couple times at camp, people have been running around looking, see if anyone's got an eyelash screwdriver. an eyeglass screwdriver, pack of batteries. I've got AAAs, AA's, and a couple watch batteries in here. Some of my stuff runs off the watch batteries. Travel alarm clock. Got this one at the dollar store as well. It's also got a temperature readout on it, an alarm, a main time, and a date setting, and it's quite small. It also lights up. Yep, that'll run forever. It's on a watch battery. And last but not least, this is like my favorite piece of camp gear for this year. I got a buff. If you've seen Survivor, this is what they give the survivors. You can do so many things with it. It's UV resistant. It is also wind resistant, so it'll keep you nice and warm while keeping the sun off of you. If you soak it in water, it'll keep you nice and cool as well. This becomes a beanie, a headscarf, a normal scarf, a headband. There's a million and one uses for it. You'll probably see me wear it a lot around camp. And last but not least, I've got a tie to go with the white shirt. This tie, actually, Wedge had the same tie last year and let me borrow it, and I fell in love with it, and I found another one on eBay. So thank you, Wedge. Alright, so I'm going to pack all of this in, and you'll see how it fits. And the trick to packing ties, if they're not, if you've got a silk tie, you really don't want to do this, but if it's just, tie that's not super important to you, it's not super expensive, go ahead and roll it up. We're just rolling up the tie. So the tie is nice rolled up. We're going to put it in here. And this is what it's going to look like when it's all packed up. You're going to close that. I need to add another zipper pull. This one's broken. This is just a dollar store pencil case. And now all that stuff is in here. We're going to set that aside. And we're going to move on